Hello, everybody. Realtor reputation in the house. I'm Apryl Lopez.
And I'm Shannon Howard-Bisordi.
And we have a very exciting episode 6 for you today. Let's just jump right in.
Yeah.
Because we have some fun stuff. Starting it off with my mom moment of the week, which Shannon actually participated as well. I went to a conference all week and it was wonderful. It was great. It was for like business development,
Self-development, organization,
creating systems. Really it's about, we're small business owners and the continuation of learning and growing and just providing a high level service for our clients. That's kind of what the week entailed. And it was a solid 4 days of sitting. I will say that my butt hurts. Mm-hmm. I had to stand on the last day because I'm like, oh my God, my back hurts so bad. But I wanted to really just embrace it. So I stayed in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's
Monday through Thursday.
That's a great, way to you're so tired by the end of the day. I mean, I know
exhausted.
It doesn't sound like it when you have to sit there, but it's a lot to sit there. I think, and sitting for me makes me more tired than moving around.
Yeah.
But it is nice. I used to go to these Boys and Girls Club conferences, when I worked for them for 7 years. And I loved it. One, because I got to go to different places.
Yeah.
But it was just really fun also bonding with your work family. Because we do spend some time and we got to meet people from all over the states and country. And it was kind of cool because kind of like how we meet for referrals. It's really nice when you want to refer somebody to San Francisco or to Arizona and the person and that their personalities match.
Absolutely.
That they would take care of your clients the way that you would. Because you're handing off like a precious child to them and you don't want to be oh, I'm going to give you to Joe and you've never met Joe. Right. And what if Joe's not good?
And that's exactly. And, by the time we finished each day, pretty late in the evening, then we would go have dinner and, essentially have dinner with, people, which means you have to talk and, be present and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, I was exhausted by the end of the day. Not to mention I still have work to do. So I would have to stay up in the night to get work done and that sort of thing, which is fine. I'm okay with it. But I was tired.
Yeah, tired. And I did the opposite where I commuted back and forth every day.
Right.
One, because I kind of got to go by chance, which I was really excited about. I took the place of our broker to help out with the family situation. And so I kind of feel like I got an extra bonus. I really wanted to go, but didn't know how I was going to make it work with my family dynamic because, as you all hear, by 3 o'clock, I turn into an Uber driver and it's not my kids don't drive yet, so it's not like we're, going here or there. I've got 2 different towns, 2 different high schools, and different activities.
The hustle and bustle of our every single day.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I did it. I was really, really thankful that my stepmom really stepped up and she helped because I had to be in the car meeting carpool at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's when our family is having breakfast and getting up. So had to be everything packed, organized. So by the time I got home at sometimes 7:30 at night, it was dinner, routine, homework, getting ready for the next day.
Yep. It was great though. I loved it.
I loved it too. What was your favorite part? What do you feel like you learned?
I very much like organization. You know that, right?
So by the way, I just saw the Dropbox.
The Dropbox. I did see. Everybody was making fun of me because I was really excited for a Dropbox link because it has all of the material and spreadsheets and everything else.
Digital spreadsheets.
And I like that.
No, it's just great.
It very much, I love to be organized, especially digitally organized. I don't know. It just makes my heart happy.
Makes your heart happy.
So, but also just some techniques that I can use in my everyday of just expressing gratitude and really just enjoying what I do and just keeping that as top of mind. I think that was my favorite part. What about you?
My favorite part was I really felt the way that it was taught with the time blocking that I could really do that. And I really I felt really inspired by that.
Yeah.
I also really, really liked the fact that the way that this was taught was already how I am and how I run my business. So it was just kind of reassuring. I've been to other, conferences over the years where it's you have to door knock and you have to do this. And most of my business is from friends and family and referrals. And it's more just kind of nurturing who we have and making sure we're present and paying attention and not forgetting people.
Right.
So that's like the other part is sometimes like, reaching out, and it's not about, and I like this because I never think of myself as salesy because I just think that's weird. So I, just even when you call somebody just to, check in, just to say hi, because we really do spend sometimes months or a year with these people, like when we're working with them. And then it's kind of like, then you go through a breakup. Like we talk about like how you sign them up and you're dating, but then like when you're done and they get their house or buy or sell, then it's like we broke up.
I know.
It's
It
like
actually,
sad.
it very much so. Like it's almost like I go through this process of like loneliness.
Yes, like because you're like talking to these people sometimes like several times a week or emailing, texting,
or every single day for 6 months, and then you're like, oh, and I still continue to check in and say hey, but it's like, I don't know. It is a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling. And I have a friend that just moved here that I helped over the summer, and I feel really bad because we've been trying to schedule like coffee for like 3 weeks, and like I keep having to I've been busy and having to move it, and she had something, but sometimes you meet those people that like you really feel like that you can hang out and see your friends. I'm really excited. Like, we're not just saying that. We're actually trying to meet coffee, and we actually text, and we're really friends.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
I love it. I love it.
As adults, it's hard to sometimes meet people that you connect with.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Usually through kids or sports or, and it's kind of fun to meet people.
I actually have a client who I've really connected with, and she'll text me. She's like, hey, you have time for a happy hour? And I'm like,
yeah, I always got it's kind of fun. But it was nice to have that like personal time and growth, because I don't ever give myself personal time.
Right.
And it's something that my husband is always like, take time for yourself, which I don't. But then I sometimes feel like when I do, then it's like, well, what do you mean you're going to be gone for, so it's like a balance sometimes.
And especially us as moms, like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to just go to the spa for 4 days.
But yeah, we could have been like
that would have been great.
Or something.
But I don't know. It was almost more challenging for the family knowing that I was going. I don't know. Like it was this weird, maybe because when you go to the spa for the weekend, if I go and I leave my family, it's a weekend, right? So it's less the hustle.
Not during the week,
every
like
day.
the routine.
Yeah.
I think the routine is hard.
Yeah.
Like, they could always do something or, just veg out while you're gone.
But my kids, Bea drives, so there's that. So that was, she can get herself to and fro. It's Callan he's doing driver's training right now.
God.
He's actually
Are you terrified?
Kinda.
Did you give him a helmet to wear inside the car?
I should. And I'm actually nervous because the car he's going to learn to drive on is my car.
Oh, that's really brave.
And mine is an electric vehicle, which if anyone has driven one before, they go very, very fast. If you don't know how to drive.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Like you touch that. It's not a gas pedal. The accelerator. It's like,
What do you mean it's not I know it's not a gas pedal, but what's the difference?
Oh, it's fast. Come drive my car.
I'd be scared. Calvin might drive better than me.
I could go like 0 to 90 in like a second.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like a rocket?
Oh, yes. And there's because you don't have, I don't know, I'm not a mechanic, but you don't have that turning of the engine.
Oh,
it's fast.
I thought about that.
So now I'm a little nervous. He's going to be an exceptional driver. Like he drives our golf cart around.
Oh, so he kind of knows how to steer and where to go.
Yeah. And he drives the golf cart when he goes golfing or whatever, that sort of thing. But that's still not a vehicle. No, So,
yeah,
but
that's going to be
so he has his last set and then he gets his permit. His last set of classes this weekend and then he gets his permit. And I'm just like, I'm excited for him, right?
Exciting.
But I don't know. And then homecoming's tonight.
Oh my gosh.
I'm excited.
So, like, is he taking a date?
No. He's going with a group of friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then Bea's going with her friends.
Sounds fun. I like that they can do that.
Yeah.
When I went, it was kind of like, I guess you could towards the end, but it was always like you had to have a date. And, especially like my girls are freshmen, it's weird, but
maybe more for prom, but not homecoming.
Yeah. I think
they all just kind of go as a group. So, okay, let's go to our next section, which is our Swiftie Sale of the week. And in this, we are going to highlight Victoria and David Beckham just bought a beautiful $80 million mansion. It is in Miami Beach, so it's in Florida.
Which is it's usually like less expensive than here. So that 80 million would probably be like, I don't know, 120 million here.
Probably.
If they were to buy like in Florida versus like Malibu.
Yeah. True. Very true. Which, I mean, they just got hit. I wonder when this closed. I think it just closed within the last month. And of course, they're being hit with the hurricane right now,
That
which
poor
is
hurricane. Oh my gosh.
devastating.
So devastating. So scary.
So I'm actually curious if the home is still there.
Yeah.
Did it hit Miami?
I'm not sure.
I don't know the exact.
But our bestie,
half.
T Swift, donated $5 million.
She did.
She did. To hurricane the relief.
She's so wonderful. We love Tay Tay. Okay, so let's highlight. It sold in 2018 for $10 million, but I did a little bit of research.
Just the ground.
It was pretty much the ground because an architect essentially developed and built this beautiful home, and then it sold in November of 2022, and then now they just purchased it for $80 million. Now, with that being said, it has 124 feet of private waterfront space.
Wow.
Including a dock. It's we'll say just under 15,000 square feet. It's 2 levels. It has a rooftop, like they call it a lounge. It's like it's
a nightclub.
It's not a lounge. It's the entire roof is like this like wonderful just setting and view. And then it's got 9 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms. It's a gym. It has a home theater, a spa, a chef's kitchen. I mean,
So essentially, like, they bought a mini resort.
yeah,
They don't really have to leave.
no, but they have several homes. But he also has that soccer team or
does,
whatever.
yes.
And it did say it was a 40-minute drive for him to go to.
So, like, his whole soccer team could essentially just, like, stay there during the season.
I mean, with 9 bedrooms, how many people are on a soccer team? I'm not a
think
soccer
there's, like,
person.
18 or, I don't know.
I'm not a soccer person.
Many?
18?
Well, I only know because at the high school I think there's like they are taking like 24 girls for the soccer team. Not all of them are on the field at the same time, but versus like a volleyball team that takes 12. So it's
And my kids have never actually played soccer. We're not a,
yeah.
I didn't grow up playing soccer, although I never played an organized sport.
soccer, but my one daughter really likes soccer. They both like soccer, but Adam she played before COVID, and now she's going to try out. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, good.
Mark's like, you better start running. Run, Forrest, run. Jenny.
Run, Jenny.
Bye.
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
Yes, I'm pretty.
So I have a trivia question for you.
I think it's because I've been at the conference. Like my mind is still in conference mode.
So I was trying to get coffee this morning, and I very much needed it. And our friends, Chad and Lisa and Tracy, were over hogging the latte machine. So Chad, our coffee boy, I was like, Chad, I need a latte. So they said, do you know what a weenus is? Do you know what a weenus is?
I have no idea.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like it's National Coming Out Day. Like, is it something like to do with that? Because today is.
Is it?
Yes. I was like, I don't know. Is that like a new term? Like I'm old apparently.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And no, so I guess Lisa, you know, like those things where I'm X amount of years old when I learned this.
Yes.
So I'm X amount of years old.
You're today's years old.
Uh-huh. To learn that a weenus apparently is like this part of like your elbow.
What?
Yes, like the part that like stretches, I guess. Yes, and then it also can be like here.
Wait, why is it called a weenus?
I don't know. So then April. So then Lisa goes, "Well, you actually have 2 weenuses." Before I knew what it was, I'm like, "I have 2 weenuses." Is that like another word for, you know?
Wait, did anyone actually research in
Yes, I confirmed it with my college guru, Dylan, who said, "Oh yeah, you don't know what a weenus is? Apparently, they didn't teach us that in anatomy when I went to school."
Okay, I've never heard this term in my life.
See, we just teach you something new every
You know,
day on True Reputation.
Today years old.
Today years old. So I have to say, like, let's just share like the funniest, craziest story we heard before we go.
Okay.
So we always like to talk. The whole purpose of our podcast sometimes is to talk about like we can't make this shit up.
Yes.
We can't.
Yeah.
So we were in San Francisco meeting some colleagues at a different office, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you have a podcast? You know, what is it about?" And we were kind of telling them about, you know, like just these crazy stories. So I just, for fun, you know, getting to know people, I said, "Well, what's your craziest real estate story?" And then remember what he said?
Yes, I do remember, but you tell the
So
story.
he was telling about how was double ending, meaning that he was representing the seller who was his friend and the buyer who was his client. Yeah. Tech people were buying this house in San Francisco. So long story short, everything's moving along. And about 4 days before close, he gets a phone call like early in the morning and is like, you have to get here. Like right now. He's like, why? He's like, you just have to get here. So he gets there and there's police and the police are leaving and he just looks around and it looks like, I don't even know what happened. Like some kind of
pretty much a disaster.
Tragedy.
Yeah, a disaster happened. Yeah.
So I guess the night before, because this is not like something that happens here, but in San Francisco, this burglar or crazy drugged out criminal was being roof jumping from house to house to house.
Being chased by the police.
With helicopters and, the whole 9 yards. So he just takes a leap to this roof and jumps through these people's windows. Like in San Francisco, how now how you didn't first fall and like if it was me, I'd be like a cat and I'd hit the glass and I'd probably go woo down the building.
Somebody must feel like a superstar to be able to just be like, I'm gonna dive through this window.
Who does that? So anyway, he
obviously
dove through this huge window, right? So then the seller wakes up because I'm sure that's loud, right?
I'm sure.
Imagine like the explosion. And he gets his gun out. And he's like, who's there? And it's pitch black, I guess. And he's like chasing this crazy person through the house, like wondering.
And mind you, there's multiple levels to this
So
house.
he's like, on one level and then he hears the guy run up the stairs and he like somehow like locks him in the master bedroom and is like up and finds, how like in closets, there's usually like an attic space. So the guy climbs, and I don't even know how you can see because it's pitch black, climbs in the attic. And then he could hear him going, like, so he's like trying to follow the sound. In the meantime, I think he's called like 911 or the neighbors have because it probably sounds like an earthquake hit. The guy falls through the ceiling, is laying on the ground, and tries to get up and like run through the house. And now the guy's got like the gun.
So not only are the windows pretty much blown out, now the ceiling is blown out.
And then I guess he gets up and I guess he tries to
like
run
through the dining room.
Other doors, and there's like glass doors in the French doors in the dining room. So then he goes through those glass doors.
This guy had to be on.
He had to be on drugs. Can you imagine like a window? A ceiling and another set of glass doors.
And of course, like the end result is the seller, obviously took care of everything before close.
They had to call and be like, so we had a little problem last night.
Could you imagine, like, you're so excited for your new home and you're going to be closing escrow on Friday and then you're
Spider-Man jumps through the window.
And then he was telling this story. And
we're just in tears. I mean, I don't even do it justice.
And we were just like, and this is real estate. You just
can't make this up.
No.
And then I guess the funniest story was that he was like really afraid to tell this couple because, it's 4 days before closing and what's going to happen. And then the best response was, I guess the woman says, well, I guess this probably won't happen again.
Can't do this twice.
Yeah, can't do this twice.
I would hope this doesn't happen.
That was just like really fun to get to, listen and hear about that.
And that was the funnest part, is just connecting with people. I don't know. I enjoy people's company. So it's
and then
cool
our final 2 things before we go. Number 1, do we have any results from our contest for our baby oil?
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. We did have people comment, and there was some really good. Oh, I should pull them up on Instagram.
So why don't you pull it up on Instagram, because we owe somebody a prize.
Gift card. What was it? A gift card for $25
to Amazon.
Yeah,
so they could buy their Halloween costume or whatever they.
That's right. That's right.
And part 2 to this is we are going to be shooting our next episode. So I think we should come in costume.
You know what the best idea is.
To our next filming. So we want you to tell us what we should dress as.
Oh my gosh. So
we're going to do a little video. We're going to do just like a separate little Insta video so that we could just say, okay, we're coming in costume next podcast. What should we
be in our next podcast? For our Halloween episode.
That's right.
Is really what it is. So we had some here's just a few of the comments on Instagram as far as what would you do with 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Fill up a kiddie pool and hold a wrestling fights, obviously. And then it says, I would make a giant slip and slide into a lake. And multiple people actually liked that comment, but that's just some of them. So I'll just do a little raffle. I'll call them. We'll post it.
We'll post the results.
Yes. So anyway, that's our episode for today.
What should we be?
What should we be for Halloween? And I'm not going to wear anything like crazy.
Well, it has to cover our bodies.
Yeah, mothers. We are. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks.